We haven't talked about net neutrality for a few months, Lewis, and Raw Story has a great write-up about how net neutrality could decide the future of Netflix. So for people who don't remember exactly how net neutrality discussions are affecting Netflix and online video and programs like the David Pakman Show, if net neutrality debates end up on the side that internet carriers and providers and television providers can give priority to certain programming and give less preferential treatment to other programming, you could have, for example, Time Warner Cable, which I have here in New York City, and I've experienced some of the worst customer service period ever from Time Warner Cable, even worse than Comcast back up in Massachusetts. It was hard for me to imagine it could get even worse, Lewis. That putting that aside, Time Warner could say, you know, a lot of people are cutting the cable TV cord and just keeping internet because they can just hook up Netflix via a wireless adapter right to their television and get all sorts of programming. So we are going to deliver Netflix content at reduced bandwidth. So instead of getting really good looking video from Netflix, it'll be grainy. It won't look good. Obviously, the incentive exists for big cable providers to do this, because if you turn on Netflix and you say, oh, this isn't really that good, I'm going to go back and turn my cable TV back on, your internet provider has now doubled or tripled your bill. So the financial incentive is obviously there. The question is whether that will be legal or whether it will not be legal. And, you know, we talk about there's a free market out there. In the United States, it's very capitalistic. The markets are open. It's a free market. The cable TV industry is one where that is not the case. You typically have only one cable provider wherever you live, unless you want to explore, you know, satellite television or other options, which for many reasons can be less than ideal. So really, we have a free market in the US as long as the free market benefits the really big corporations that are involved in the lobbying around that industry. And we have to hope this is really a big deal, because not only Netflix, which is now a really big publicly traded company, will be affected, but shows like ours could be affected, right? If people choose internet video, what if YouTube starts being given less preferential treatment by internet providers? So even though we've spent all this money to do this high definition upgrade, Time Warner or Comcast or AT&T says, oh, you know what? YouTube, we're no longer going to provide the bandwidth to YouTube that allows for high def video. You're back to the 360 pixel video from before. This is really, really a big deal.
Yeah, this could be a huge disaster. And it's not like people, like you said, can really migrate to providers that just deal in internet. In most locations, that's impossible. So
absolutely. You just don't, you generally don't have choices. And when you do, they often involve getting a satellite dish on your roof. They involve any number of other less than ideal situations. On today's bonus show, public masturbation, apparently not a crime in Sweden. We'll talk about that. We will talk about France banning child beauty pageants. I'll also tell some New York subway stories. We still have, for one more day, the David Pakman Show Fall Membership Special, where you get a one-year membership, as well as a hoodie made from recycled materials and a bumper sticker bundled together. Very easy to sign up, davidpakman.com/fall13. Stay with us. A lot more coming up on today's show, including some incredible allegations being made by one of Bill Clinton's former mistresses. And I have some suspicions about where the source is on this.